Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Ben and his M103. This is a tier 9 game on Lakeville. And this is tier 10 game on Lakeville. Tier 9 American Heavy Tank. Ooh, look at that. I hate this tank. But I get the feeling Ben is going to show us why you could love it if you were so inclined. So the turret is like Swiss cheese and the hull is like hardened case steel. Most things are not going to go through the hull unless, you know, it's like gold from a tank destroyer, in which case maybe, probably. But heavy should always be going to city. Ben, you should know this. But you're going to go over into the valley. Okay, well, this is going to be an interesting game then. But the turret is, if it's pointed straight, the turret's actually pretty bouncy. If it's angled at all, the turret becomes Swiss cheese. So we're gonna see if he can. He's got a new driver in. Why? Oh, I see. I see what's going on now. You making jokes, huh? Fine. Make your jokes. Just, you know, make it good, right? Yeah. Whoa, somebody's trying to shoot us. As that shot was from friendlies. Barely sailing over us. Nice shot into Scorpion Jet. Unfortunately, we get picked. A shot hit us from the STA-1, and that is, of course, being shot into the side of our turret. And that's the thing about this turret, is not going to protect you from a whole lot if they can see the side of it. I'm thinking about just doing from this perspective until he gets into far range battles. This whole 16 times up close and personal is a little bit closer than I would like it to be. So he's gonna, looks like he's hunting for this STA-1 right now, but he doesn't have any other shots, so it's not really surprising that he's hunting the STA-1. Unfortunately, no shot on the STA, not yet anyway. Looks like he's trying to. Oh, SDA pops out just enough for us to ricochet off the front of him. Unfortunately, not able to get a shot into those tracks, and while tracking him in place would. There we go. That's a tracking shot. This guy doesn't have a repair kit. That's going to be really awkward for him because the next shot is just going to go into that same place straight through those tracks once again, and this guy is now pinned in location. Unless he suddenly, miraculously can... Yeah, I don't think he can miraculously get himself out of this situation. This is... We're approaching 1800 damage here. We're just going to pop the STA-1 for the last of his health. And that is the thing about using a medium tank in that location. It's great up until you get yourself permatracked, in which case, you're just dead. Now, eventually, with enough time, he would have been able to get himself out of that situation because he would have, after 90 seconds, his repair kit would have come back up. But obviously, we didn't give him 90 seconds to get his repair kit back up. JG 8.8 coming over the ridgeline, showing us his lower plate like a pro. Unfortunately for us, he retreats him back over the ridge like an actual pro, fast enough that we can't actually put a shot into him. Now, the E3 is going to be a little bit tricky unless we can get shots into either his cupola or the weak spots at where his tracks meet his lower glacis. Or, of course, if we can hit him from the side. So, tracking shot here would not be... Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, straight through the drive wheel. That's always a fun shot to make. I kind of wish that when he'd been crossing here, Ben had put a shot into the drive wheel and taken the tracks out. Even if it didn't do damage, that would have saved us 700 damage, which would have been nice right about now. But oh well. AMX 5100 thankfully has no armor, and thus that strike goes right through him. But it should be noted that... Never mind. I was going to say the 5100 can definitely clip us out with 2 different shells in rapid succession, but that's not possible anymore because he's dead. The PTA, though, if he turns around, he can definitely take us out of our misery with a single shell. And the 13.9 can with 2. Assuming the 13.9 connects with any of them. Nope, doesn't look like it. T-28's way over there and way out of this fight. PTA gets himself shot, and 13.9 thinks he's coming around on unsuspecting people, but of course we suspect everything. And this poor 13.9 is going to get himself shot here in a couple of seconds, maybe not. Nope, looks like he's a little faster than we are, and he's going to get himself killed by the lightweight. Good game all around. You know, this game was fairly fast, and the majority of the damage did come from that STA, but this is actually a good example of how just because you're in a heavy tank and you're pushing down the valley doesn't mean the game has to be static. It just means that you have to find a way to get through the enemy. Once they dislodged this STA-1, him and the rest of the team pushed over this ridge and promptly dismantled the rest of the defenders on the side. If, however, you get stagnant in this location for too long, this can definitely throw a game. So be careful if you're going to push down the valley with a heavy tank. A, make sure it's a heavy tank that's got some mobility to it so it can get to this location in a decent amount of time and start firing into the guys on the other side. And make sure you have enough armor that you're not going to get murdered in 3 seconds flat. Also, once you commit to this, you need to commit. It needs to be full through the gap. You cannot sit around and wait in this spot the entire game. That's a great way to lose every single game you play on this map. Oh yeah? Oh yeah. Mastery Badge First Class Duelist and Fire for Effect. Well done, sir. Earning himself the steel wall. About 6 shells from that poor STA-1 who had nothing to do except get himself killed after he got himself permatracked. And then, of course, 1 shell into everything else, killing the E3 for the victory. Or at least for the victory in the past, anyway. Which more or less feels like a victory overall. 3,400 damage dealt. That's more than everyone else on his team, except for the Grill, who was, of course, shooting into lower tier targets and thus got himself less experience than people shooting into higher tier targets. Or equal tier targets. Well done, sir. 1,800 damage blocked is nothing to shy away from. And that was a great game, especially for only 5 minutes of work. I wish you'd been running premium, as I'm sure you do, but it happens. And apparently we got bumped by an ally at some point. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you want to support the channel, once again, please pull more people into the channel. We are trying to grow that way. Or you can just hit that like button. This is ioEther, and I'll see you all later.